You might need to give me a moment to adjust our settings here. Let's see here. So Frosty should be green. And if a mod wants to, maybe I can do it really quickly. Name B, Frosty Janissary. Name R, Voskarius. And I can throw the elos up, and I think I need to swap 2 of the elos. Yeah, Voskarius and Frosty need to be swapped. Elo. We'll catch up with Chad in a minute. We'll find Joey's king, Frosty's king, and we'll follow Frosty's king while I get their scoreboard set here. If you're not familiar with Wrang of Fire 4, it's a 1 versus 1 versus 1 format with ungarrisonable kings. So these kings that you see each player having, they can't be garrisoned. They can't be put in buildings or ships or anything. All they can do is waddle around and try not to die. Now, they're actually pretty fast. They're the fastest unit in the game. Especially in, fastest unit in the game in Dark Age. In Feudal Age, the scouts are slightly faster. But it's still pretty difficult to snipe a king if you're being smart. Voskarius' elo is 1507 and Frosty's 1319. Oh, it actually is set properly. That's nice. Perfect. Let's catch up with chat here. Wrath, viewers, chat, players, may we all shit in oceans together. Joey the Bonqueror says, damn, I'm all out of poop. This message sponsored by Combat Disco Revolution. Oh, God. Oh, God, what am I doing here? That's always the thing you want to see. Well, Joey. Uh-oh. Hi. Okay, Scout might have found a king there. Let's introduce our 3 players. So, Joey the Bonqueror in the northeast in blue. Notorious pricey person. And I don't say that lightly. In Wrang of Fire 3, he actually intentionally lost a game in order to confuse his opponents. And it worked. I don't know what else to say. It was amazing. It was a best of 4, and he lost the first game intentionally after having a plan with the lower elo player to team up on the higher elo player. And that kind of go into crap. So he decided to throw the game and give it to the high elo player, which forced the other person to work with him again and put Joey in an ideal position to win that game and then win another game and move on. So it was one of the crazier strategic decisions I've ever seen in a tournament, and it directly led to him going to the finals. So Joey is one crazy let me tell you. And he's playing as the Slavs in the northeast. And I do never trust Joey the Bonqueror. In the south, Voskarius in red, playing as the Mongols. And over here in the northwest, we have Frosty Janissary in green, playing as the Saracens. Voskarius is going to be a 1507 here. Right? I believe. Let me check the elos. Let me double check these elos up here. So Voskarius is a 1507. Yep. Frosty Janissary is a 1319. And Joey the Bonqueror is a 1656. That's accurate. We're going to get a Gamba up. Oh, God, I never chose the outcome from Joey versus Believer. I'm just going to delete that from yesterday. Let's do a new one today. Joey v. Frosty v. Frosty. All right, you guys got 2 minutes to vote with your channel points on who you think is going to win starting now. Up in the north, Frosty, we can see, is already starting to get those walls up. Can be really important as you can't garrison those kings. So if your opponents hit Feudal Age and you're not walled, you're at risk. Especially to like even early in Feudal Age, 3 scouts running in under your TC and sniping your king. Because once you hit Feudal Age, scouts are faster than the king. So you got to be walled, or you got to have a little pen something built for your king that the scouts have to get through. And the risky part of, let's say, building a pen for your king next to your town center is that maybe your opponent sneaks by with some archers, early archers instead, and snipes your king that way. We've seen a couple attempts at that as well. Oh, with your channel points, guys, running for 2 minutes. You read the cards for Frosty. Spoiler, there will be deception. This is a crazy game. So players are eliminated from the tournament if they lose this game. There's no coming back. That's part of the reason why it's so Sadge. These are the Sadge chance qualifiers. Best of one, so Joey probably won't lose on purpose, 11. You say won't, like, definitively. But I think if Joey's in a situation where he's guaranteed to lose, and he can dictate who's going to win, I could very much see him losing on purpose. So, isn't Joey ex-champ? He is a finalist from last year. So he was not, as a finalist, you're not guaranteed a spot in the next year's tournament. I'm thinking maybe I'll change that next year. So if you get into the final, but that sounds nuts. You got to draw a line to somewhere. But anyways, I only let the only players that were guaranteed spots this year were Madri and Trundo as their previous Qualifier champions in this format. Because Qualifier 1 was actually a 1v1 tournament. Back when I didn't think this format was going to catch on. People were so demanding of it last year to come back. I was like, all right, I guess I got to do it. And then this year, when is it happening? When's it happening? So I think we got a staple tournament now. Frosty is the people's champion. You guys are just joining us. You have missed nothing. We're 11 minutes in. You might think, oh, we could have missed all that action. We've missed nothing. One player's in feudal. And they aren't walled. And that's it. And we've pretty much just introduced the civs and everything. I haven't talked about bonuses or anything. Frosty's going to have a crazy market bonus. Saracens get 75 wood markets. They also get way better prices at the market. So that can be useful to get up to castle age really quickly without putting yourself at too much risk. I like Frosty double walling, actually. Joey has a protective pen built for his king. He's building his outer walls as well. You can see the outline of what he's going for, I think.
Yes.
Joey says, I didn't kill it. Talking about Voskarius' scout that ran under his town center. And Voskarius says, yes, I will remember. Frosty's going for the confuse his opponent's technique. I mean, what's so confusing? The choice is obviously Jeff. Oh, the choice is Barry, Jeff. You're stupid. You guys do not have any kind of actual intelligence. The only clear choice is Lubov. Would you rather be Barry, Lubov, Steve, or Grath? And Joey says Idle. Got him. Speaking of which, let's look at that idle time. Who's trading typing for Idle Town Center? Oh, the answer is literally everybody. Red says he was just chilling. What did I miss here? What did I miss? The king? He was just chilling. I don't know what's happening now. Oh, he flared the scout. That's what he did. He flared the scout and said idle. Taito 2K asks, is this the definitive edition? Yes, this is Age of Empires 2 definitive edition. It's on Steam, I think, for about $30 US. It goes on sale pretty frequently. And it's one of those games where the DLC is worth it for the most part. If you play the campaigns, like if you played the campaigns as a kid and you want more of them, you don't want to play the same. The DLC is very worth it. I played one of the new campaigns off stream one day about 6-7 months ago, and I was like, ooh, this is damn good. So that's I can thoroughly recommend the game. You do not have to touch multiplayer a single time in your life. You can go play the single player, and it is still excellent, and it's nice in high definition, and it's really like enjoyable. I wish they would just kind of stick to this fixed camera style, but we'll see. Well, Joey, we got us a castle fight, and I just deleted an Idleville. Voskarius says Sadge. As Frosty's got a bit of a flair for the dramatic this time around, it seems. I think he knows who his opponent is. And his opponent is the crazy Joey the Bonqueror. You don't know anything about the tournament, guys. It's a 1 versus 1 ungarrisonable king regicide tournament. There is no relic victory or wonder victory. Kings don't take up any pop space, and you start with a regular amount of resources and no castle. And my whole point was that I wanted it to be a lot like regular 1v1 with way higher stakes and a way to end the games quickly, especially if you kill an opponent and you don't have to like... One of the problems with free-for-alls in real-time strategies is that, like, let's say Joey attacks red and then almost kills red. Like, kills red like 90% of the way. And then red doesn't resign. Red stays in the game and hangs around and roaches up. And then Joey goes and attacks green because green's maybe pressuring his base because he sees Joey's armies missing because of outposts or just happens to notice, or doesn't, just gets back at home. Joey decides to go attack his other opponent and try and kill them. While he's doing that, red will reboom. And once you reach a certain point in the game where you have a lot of the eco techs researched and stuff, it's really easy to do if you're given like even 5 minutes to throw down like a bunch of town centers, get a bunch of farms down and start getting food, especially if you have food or gold or any kind of other res banked up. So the whole point of this format is to try to break that up, prevent that from happening. So we have the ungarrisonable kings. So the idea is you can go into your opponent's base, like mess them up good, probably good decent chance of getting their king, and then you can go and attack the other opponent. So basically like a situation where you sit back makes kind of less sense, and it almost makes more sense to be aggressive, at least to a certain degree. Like you can't sit back forever. I'm sure we'll get 1 or 2 games through the tournament that are like that, just because that's the nature of Age of Empires 2. But for the most part, it's done its job exactly the way that I intended it to, and it's made for some super entertaining games, and also gives players an opportunity to come back in an alternative way to win. And it's kind of sick to watch players directly play the king sniping meta as well. So, can you only talk to allies? There actually is no in-game diplomacy. So players are permanently set to be enemies with each other. You can, the rules of the tournament don't stop you from working with another player. They somewhat encourage it, actually, because that's more fun for us to watch. But there's no, you can't use the in-game diplo settings to stop your units from attack. If you want your units to not attack your friend in the game, then you have to set them to no attack stand or stand ground, and then be careful and mindful of them. Can you talk to a particular person? Yes, Matrix. You can set the in-game talking settings in the top right menu to only speak to particular people. You can change who gets your messages. And if you look through the capture age section here, you can actually see, if I can page up. So you can see here, Joey says Vosk has bloodlines communicating to Janissary. See how there's a blue and a green dot in capture age here? That means that blue is talking, when it's the blue message, that means blue and green are communicating. So here's blue and green communicating. Here's blue and red communicating. This is blue talking to red. These are the players talking to everybody.
I'm okay with the events that are
when you get the asterisk, that means they're talking to all.
That's okay. Things are gonna be okay.
Players are really talkative here. It's gonna be one of those types of games. Did you come up with this tourney format personally? Yes, Nalicia. So in the summer, the developers put out a patch that actually somewhat broke the game a little bit, that made this ungarrisonable king glitch. And back then, Tissue Paper Catman was like, hey, you should do like a pop-up tournament around the glitch. And I was just like, oh, that sounds like a great idea. So I ran the King Snipe Cup over the summer, and that was so much fun. We had some of the craziest moments that I've ever had as a caster, like Ganji getting a King Snipe with trebuchets in Game 5 to send him to the finals. That sounds like familiar for some reasons from the tournament trailer. And then you combine that with other just crazy moments from the 1v1v1 format that we've had over the past 2 years. And there's so much potential here. It's been so much fun. So I've run a 1v1v1 tournament. I ran it for fun one year because when I was running viewer show matches on my channel, we wanted to get more people involved. And I was just like, let's just put another person in. And people were like, wait, what? And I was just like, yeah, let's just do a 1v1v1. This is great. And then it turned into this great little like triangle pressure thing that happens. Especially back then, all the games were on Socotra. It was like Socotra was the only 1v1 map. We'd be like, okay, time for a 1v1v1 on Socotra. And people would go, ah, and they went nuts. And I was just like, okay, we're hosting a tournament with these settings. And that was the Wrang of Fire 2. And then Wrang of Fire 3. After Wrang of Fire 2, we had games that were literally 6 hours long. Like in real life. Like I had to spend like a day casting them. And I was like, for a set. And I was just like, okay, this needs to be fixed and changed. So Wrang of Fire 3, we added Relic Victory and Standard, Relic Victory and Wonder Victory. And then this year we've switched to the King Snipe format. So I think it's finally all come together in this awesome format that we got. That's a mix of all of the best parts of the tournaments that I've run. The only thing I could probably mix it with would be like the banning format, but I don't think this format needs a draft, like a Civ draft or a map draft. Oh, the Cavalry Archer's running in. Frosty could pick off Voskarius' king. Voskarius has to run the king. It's down to 23 HP. Voskarius just left his base wide open, and Frosty ran in with the Cavalry Archers, and the king has 1 hit left and goes down. Frosty Janissary with a sick little snipe decides to take a chance and fires some Cavalry Archers into his opponent's base, and Voskarius, who had not finished walling, pays the price. And out of nowhere, that's it. No wall, not enough army. That's the problem with Cavalry Archers, man. Is they're so mobile, they don't even care. Like, you don't care if you lose your HP on them. You just want to get that king. You need to get the king walled up, and you got to get a castle down at the beginning of Castle Age. Their aggression has repeatedly paid off in this format. Over and over again. We're seeing players that play aggressively. You often get rewarded with sniping an opponent's king. And I really think that now the straight 1v1 is going to be real interesting because Frosty's going to be locked into like a 1 TC. Well, he's 2 TC, but he's going to add a 3rd town center. The problem is that Joey's got twice the eco. So Frosty needs to push right now with his army. He's only got 8 army, but they are upgraded. They have all of their upgrades. He could try and break in. Joey needs to be careful here. Frosty should just mass up Cavalry Archers and push right now, in my opinion. If there's a moderator around, can we get someone to make like a exclamation mark settings command? That'd be great. Is this live? Yes, it's like 2 minutes delayed, but yes. So mean. Frosty gonna try and get some damage with the Cavalry Archers. I wonder how good Frosty is at like kind of low eco pushes like this. The crazy part is there's a bunch of extra resources down. Red has not had the opportunity to take very much of that at all. Just like that, Voskarius is out of Wrang of Fire 4. Voskarius, thank you very much for your time. Hop Hard says that he's way too far behind on Vills. But he doesn't need Vills, he just needs to kill the king. I think he should make a bunch of petards. And try to break in. Joey knows how to do this boomy, defendy thing that he does really, really well. So what Joey does is he booms up like crazy, and then he builds an insane defensive fortification for his king. It's worked really, really good so far. Where's Frosty's king? Frosty's king is like just chilling somewhere here. Where's the king? I can't even see. I don't know where he's got it, but it's camouflaged really, really well. There it is. That's a sneaky little spot. Whoa! Oh, the cavalry archers broke in. There was a hole. No, he just shot through a palisade. Quick walls from Joey. Oh, you gotta pay attention. Needs to be paying attention. Needed to snipe the Vills and shoot that gate. So, nice little attempt there from Frosty. Joey with the quick walls. Ooh, almost traps the cavalry archers in. This is open. And Frosty could die. Frosty, die. You gotta die, Frosty. Ooh. Another quick wall from Joey. Loses a Vill, but he'll take that, I'm sure. Great command, Alavid. That's excellent. Thank you. I'm glad I told someone else. I'm glad I've asked someone else to write that for me. Thank you very much. Nice try, Mario. The princess is in another castle. It's not even in a castle. It's in like this bizarre. Oh, Joey. Joey's going for the strategy that we've had people suggest in the past, but never actually enact, which is put your king in a pen and then surround him with like 20 monks. So if you get dived, the monks can keep him alive. The concept is there. I like the concept, but I have a feeling it's not going to work. Because you get enough cavalry archers and they'll just one-shot the king. The king has like no pierce armor, right? Yeah, no pierce armor of any, no armor of any kind. So, how many HP is the king? 50? 75. So a cavalry archer does what? 9 damage? What's 75 divided by 9? 8.3. So it'll take like 9 cavalry archers to one-shot the king. Just so you guys know. Ooh, nice little bit of maneuvering here with the Frosty Janissary Cav archers. And he's going to dive Joey's base. Joey's running off to the south. I think he's going to like just reboom in the south while he waits to get upgrades. And the logical play here would be like some sort of siege. And there it is, the heavy scorpions from Joey. How far away is the king? Do we have Bracer? We've got Bracer. We're going to dive. I don't know if we'll range the king or not. Joey is going to have to run away. He's got gates on either side in case he needs to run his king. There's monks there to try and defend 2. I don't think that quite ranges. Joey having to maneuver the king away from the cavalry archer dive. And I love Frosty going for it. But Joey was smart. He built his pen large enough to maneuver his king around in. And Frosty's going to lose those cav archers. But I think that was probably Frosty's best chance. The only thing he could have done better, maybe, would have been to somehow get some petards in. He still might have that option. He has 2 forward castles here. If he masses up again, I think he should go into Mamelukes now, though. Or maybe heavy camel. Saracens have a few options. The problem is, like, the Slav player is going to go Druzina Halb. Eventually. Eventually, like, you know that's got to be in the play here for Joey. Right now, I think he's going to be happy with his Scorp. Scorp Cavalier? Could also go Boyars. I think I remember either T90 saying or Spirit of Law, someone smarter than me that I watch on YouTube, saying that basically any situation where you have Cavalier, you should be going Elite Boyar instead. Now, he was kind of massing those up as he got to Imp, so he needed to do that, but I do think a transition to Boyar makes somewhat sense. Boyars will do decent with the camels. They'll do better than the Cavalier will, that's for sure. The ELO is wrong because when it dies, the ELO shift. Thank you for reminding me, Voskarius. Appreciate it. I need to get like an alternative button push. I need to have like 3 options to push the buttons to make the ELOs jump. Something like that. Or I could put it down here. I think these move the score jumps though. I don't know. Capture Age is weird with certain things. Another castle going down from Frosty. It comes down. Oh no. Both players going down for these southern resources, but Frosty's going to lose the vills that he sent. And I think Joey just researched treason. And Joey says charge. Yo, yo, mods, especially some people that have done some of the data mod work, like Char or anybody else. Do you think we could just trick Capture Age into seeing something else as a notification? Like maybe there's some other notification we can use and then program into the data mod that it makes that notification go off when people research treason instead of whatever notification that does. That sounds like it might be hard. Then we could just trick Capture Age into doing what we need it to. So we can see when treason's researched. Frosty might get rolled over. He's got a decent army and decent position. Like, he's got 3 forward castles. That's going to take time to push. And he's got some stone walls going up down on this side. His main issue is that Joey's got more map control. Like, losing this, I don't think is great. Because there's main gold here. There's stone here. There's gold over here. And Joey's just going to snatch it all up. And if we look at his res, he's already got 1,000 gold in the bank. And Frosty's still trying to gather so he can spend his gold to get it back out on the field. Joey's into a really good composition to deal with what Frosty's army is. Joey is into Cavalier, Heavy Scorpions. It looks like maybe we're planning some... That might be... Is that left over from Feudal Age? Wow. Frosty says my eco is so bad. You're Saracens. You have great eco, no matter what. As long as you have villagers working, you're fine. What's the name of the building icon mod? That is the building icon mod. LOL, thanks. I'm glad I can help. Oh, sorry, it's building foundation mod. Darn it. Have you search _HK in the mod workshop? It should come up. She's got a lot of excellent mods. So here we go. We've got Siege Ram, Heavy Scorp, and Cavalier pushing these heavy camels and heavy cav archers. Tell me these are heavy cav archers. They're still regular cav archers. That's not ideal. Ooh, the scorpions in a choke will do okay against the camels. This is getting sketchy for Frosty Janissary, but it's not horrible. I feel like the Saracens are not horribly equipped to deal with the Slavs. And I think Frosty needs to add bombard cannons. And we got some graphic communication happening here. Didn't know Joey was almost 17XX. I think he's been as high as 1800, actually. I seem to recall hearing that at some point. I might be mistaken, but he's up there. Solid player for sure. Frosty's good too. Frosty's been as high as 1500. His elo's a bit low because he took a small break from AoE. He came back playing some Wrang of Fire action for us here. And right now he's losing multiple castles to a bajillion siege rams. 17 siege rams. That's an absurd number. And the Halbs being added from Joey now. Oh, Frosty going for a dive. The king is right there. The cavalry archers are there. They have no HP. You only need one. Ooh, if the monk had left that open. Did we get a shot on the king? He got a shot off, but it missed. The one arrow he shot actually missed. The heavy camels might clear up the siege rams. The problem is the Halb's getting mixed in. And Frosty needs like an ARB swap. Frosty needs like ARB BBC mixed in with the heavy camels. And I wonder if Red built a market. Did Red build a market? No market from Red. And with the Hev Scorp, Cavalier, Siege Ram push, Joey is slowly giving Frosty the old shove. Frosty moved his king down to this bottom left corner. Don't forget, players can research treason for it's like 400 gold too. It's not even expensive, and that reveals the location of the king. Joey doesn't care if his opponent researches treason. He's putting. I'm surprised these aren't. This isn't another castle or like layers of walls or something. Petards would make some sense. Whoa! Speaking of petards, Joey having to throw down some additional walls here, and Frosty was going to make a stab at breaking in this northern section. Unfortunately, Joey noticed he has so much map presence, so many buildings all over the place. Frosty only needs like 5 or 6 of these, though. The problem is there's multiple layers of walls between Frosty and the king. So he's going to need all these. Do we have... These are fortified walls, too. So he might get through, like, this. I think that'll break the walls, yeah. But he didn't even need to. It's open. And this is still, like, not reachable, likely. Even with Bracer. And Joey could just run out this way, too. Joey micros the king away. There we go. Frosty says no as he loses his entire push up here in the north. Is Frosty out of gold? Frosty's got 683 gold. I don't know where he's taking it from. Ah, here. We already saw that happen once. I wonder if Frosty's regretting his decision to take out Red. It's too bad he couldn't have coordinated 2 Cav Archer attacks at the same time, because he might have been able... Back when he sniped Red, if he'd gone to Joey's base, Joey was still somewhat exposed with his king. He might have been able to get in. But after that, Joey was ready and waiting for him. Joey's just going to send everything to this back left corner now. And Frosty's going to try and defend. Joey's going for the king kill. These are fortified walls. I wonder if we'll see petards from Joey now. Ooh, there's an exposed house there. Frosty, there's no villain there, Frosty. When you send your king into the pen, you got to send, I spoke too soon. There is a villager hiding in there. And so Frosty, I guess, figures that his king is safe. And he's going to go for another snipe. But the king is just having more towers and the castles built around it. He's in like an impossibly fortified position. How do you get to this king? Look at this. This is how you defend a king in this mode. And you got to think, if Joey can make his way all the way from the Sadge Chance qualifiers, he was a finalist last year. He knows this format. Cav Archers are diving. The Cav Archers are diving again. Is this open? Cav Archers. Cav Archers. The king microed away. They're just barely out of range. It's the saddest thing ever. So close, but so far away. He needs bombard cannons or a trebuchet sneak. Frosty says GG. As it looks like it's inevitable. And it looks like Joey might be about to break through anyways. GG, man, but not good enough. You don't get the satisfaction. What's he going to do? Is he going to delete the king? Is he going to delete it? He's going to delete it? First, watch my king die with his favorite... Oh, God. And Joey the Bonqueror is going to move on to the last chance qualifiers out of the Sadge chance qualifiers. His chances are slightly less Sadge now. GG, well played by Frosty, who just sprinted into the open base. Let's take a look at that again. We can watch that first king snipe, which happened like 26 minutes ago. So I want to see Frosty's entire decision-making process. When did this happen? Okay, wait. Filthy Waller Boy. No way that's you. Wait. When does Frosty actually send the cav archers? Because I want to see I want to see the moment he decides. Okay, because at this point they're inside the archery ranges. So he fires them out. Now, if Frosty had gone this way, he might have actually killed Joey. And I'm sure he's regretting that now, because I feel like he would have been a lot better matched up against the Mongols. And also, I think him and Voskarius might have been a bit more evenly matched. I could be wrong about that, though. This is a really good game. Was killing Red the right decision? We won't know for sure. We do know that Red was nowhere near walled in time. And the king, maybe we had an idea of building a king pen back here. But at this point, Red should already be full panic and didn't react. Like, there should be quick walls going down and there's just nothing. Red doesn't even notice until the cavalry archers are in his base and they're taking shots at the king. And at this point, it's already too late. The cavalry archers move faster than the king does. So you can't really run away without any kind of walls or something. And Red loses that king to a sick little play by Frosty. And then it was just, at this point, though, like... So the second this happens, Joey's like, okay, I need to go full fortified. And it's already too late. Like, you give him 2 minutes. And his base goes from this... to this. And now you can't push. And that's RTS for you guys. And that was sick. And really well played by Joey the Bonqueror at the end of the day. Not sure it was, but it was a fun decision. And we salute you for it. Get your grass salutes out for Frosty Janissary, who's now eliminated from Rank and Fire 4. But he will be back as a caster at some point. This week, probably. I'll get you in for a qualifier. Frosty, pick a game out of the schedule and we'll cast it. Maybe not tonight's one, because I don't know if I'm going to cast that one live. But any other one that you see pop up on the schedule and we'll cast. I hope we have one more before the weekend. You guys are new here.